So the first part of this video I had to end because I need to go inside and be with my baby. We were talking about breastfeeding and my breastfeeding journey. I've been breastfeeding for almost 2 years, which is crazy to me. I just wanted to talk a little bit about my favorite things that I had and show you them. And then also wanted to say that breast milk is magic. Like, it really truly is. You can use it as an eye drop to heal pink eye. You can use it as an eye drop, just like I put it in my eyes all the time when I get itchy eyes. It immediately stops it. Hives, scratches, burns, cuts, bug bites, anything. Like any type of skin related anything, eczema, it can help heal that. If you have extra breast milk, you could even put some in a bath for your baby. It's really good for their skin. Breast milk knows your baby by when their saliva enters your nipple. So your breast milk is constantly changing for whatever they need more of, which is really cool. So if your baby is sick, it's also going to start making immune cells and extra things to support their immune systems when they're sick. So that's also a really amazing point. There's so many amazing things about breast milk. I can't think of everything off the top of my head right at this moment, but I want to show you guys what my favorite products were to have when I was first postpartum. I used everything until about my baby was like 6 or 8 months old, maybe even a little bit before that, when my milk actually like really regulated. And like I said, I've never pumped before, so my milk, I've just always fed on demand for my baby. Let me go get that stuff and I'll be right back with a new battery. Okay, so first things first, when your milk comes in, your best friend is going to be this haka. You can fold it down to fit any nipple size, like so, and then you just suction cup to your breast like that when you're having a letdown. And you don't even have to suction it, like you can literally just like hold it there. When I would suction it, you could give yourself like a bruise, so just be careful doing that. If you don't want to use the haka for catching your letdown, my favorite way to catch my letdown, also because when your baby gets older, they will start dancing on you when they're breastfeeding, and so it's going to be harder to try and hold the baby and hold the haka there. So these little guys were my best friend. They are milk catchers. Put the silicone sleeve on, and then you just put it under your shirt. It just sits there, just like that. You can put it in your bra, however you want to do it. Make sure the hole is on the top so your milk doesn't spread out. But these, seriously, these were a lifesaver for me. My mom found them and told me that she liked using them when I was a baby. So these are amazing. They catch up to about 3, maybe almost 5 ounces of milk, so be careful when you do take it off. If it's really full, you're gonna want to kind of like tilt it forwards and maybe keep your finger here so it doesn't spill out the milk. That's the only thing with these, is if you have a huge letdown and you're getting like 5 to 8 ounces of milk when you're feeding your baby on one side, these might not work for that. But unless you don't mind just taking off for a second and dumping it out. Other than that though, you could use a haka or something like that. So these things are awesome. This guy is gonna be your best friend. This is the Frida breast massager. It's dead right now, but it's got a vibrate and a heat setting. So I would always turn it on high vibrate, high heat, and it also has different vibrate modes. You just set it there, hold it there, you can put it underneath wherever it's sore. You just want heat and massaging. Vibration is amazing when your breasts are sore. So highly recommend the Frida breast massager. My favorite milk bags were these Nano BB bags. You can store up to 5 ounces in them, a little bit more if you want. I never experienced them spilling or anything like that. I'll show you one that's open. I love them because they come pre-sealed, so you write down whatever it is, what time you got it, collected it, froze it, the date, whatever, how much it is, and then you peel the top off and then open it. They come sterile, which is really nice. And they even come with like a little holder that you can put in the fridge or the freezer, and you can just like stack them up on each other. I saw somewhere that if you're giving your baby a bath and you bottle feed, you can literally stick a frozen one of these in the bath with them and it will help defrost it. And then you just give them the milk after their bath for bedtime. I never bottle fed, so I'm not an expert on bottles, but I did have a set of glass bottles if I did want to bottle feed, but I never gave a bottle. The next thing that's gonna be our best friend are silverettes. Silver is medicinal for healing any type of skin abrasion. Mine are tarnished, but if yours ever get tarnished like this, you can just use some baking soda and some water and basically just polish them clean and they'll look brand new again. But these silverettes, they're like $70, but they are so worth the investment. They also were just so nice to just like set there and like just like if your nipple is sore or something and it's like sticking to your shirt, you can just set it there and just use it as like a barrier. Like these are so nice. They help the healing process immaculately. I don't know how, I don't know why, they just do. So silverettes are like an old wives' tale, but they seriously work so good. Best friend right there. These are microwavable heat packs that, or you can freeze them too, but the microwave was my best friend with these. I have this weird condition where if I get too cold, my nipples hurt so freaking bad, like insanely bad. So adding that on top of a sore nipple already, it was just a nightmare. So I always had a heating pad or these on me. Make sure that when you do these, do not microwave them for too long, and make sure that you do intervals with them. Don't just throw it in for 20 seconds. You have to do, it says 11 seconds, 13 seconds, or 16 seconds, depending on the wattage of your microwave. But I always just did, well, I shouldn't say my husband did this for me. Every 10 seconds, just like flip it over, whatever, and don't do it for longer than 20 or 30 seconds. These get really hot, they feel amazing, and they're just a really nice thing to have on hand. So you just slip it back in the little cover. These were a lifesaver for me. My friend got them for me as a gift for the baby shower. So highly recommend having some source of heat for your breast and also your vulva, especially right after giving birth, either an ice pack or heat. Something else that I loved having for the haka was this brush. Perfect cleaner. This is an amazing bottle brush too. For a baby, when they get older, something that I loved having that involves breast milk was the Moss and Fawn teething. What do you call this? I don't know, this teething thing. And then they have these little silicone trays that are perfect for breast milk. They hold 2 ounces per thing. Maybe it's 1 ounce. They're amazing. I loved putting breast milk in them and then putting it in the freezer, freezing it. You don't really have to put the lid on. The lid is kind of ridiculous to put on, but anyways, you put breast milk in here and then you put the frozen breast milk in this and your baby chews on it while they're teething and in pain. It really helps make a difference. You can also make like chamomile tea or some type of lemon balm tea and put it in here, but make sure you don't do more than 1 ounce or 2 ounces a day for teas with your babies. Those are my favorite products for breastfeeding. Definitely some type of ibuprofen for that first week of postpartum, and then anytime if you get a blister or something like that. Oh, the other thing was the Epsom salt. I'll show you guys. This Epsom salt is amazing. So it's called Epsom Pure Epsom. It is USP grade, so it's really high quality. This is the Epsom salt I was talking about earlier. If you get an injury on your nipple or mastitis or anything, fill this up with as hot of water as you can handle, and then put in like a tablespoon, if not a little more, of Epsom salt, and just stick it right on and let your nipple just soak in that hot water, as hot as you can handle, and you can like self-express and like rub down and try and get that infection out, or soak your blister, whatever it is. Do that for 15 minutes, and then you can repeat that multiple times a day until it starts to feel better. Give it at least 3 days. I always say 3 days for everything because it gets worse before it gets better, unfortunately. But make sure you're taking care of yourself, staying hydrated, lots of coconut water. You can take propolis pure. That is really good, like antibiotic type of thing. You can drink aloe leaf water if you go to the grocery store and get a aloe leaf and cut like 2 inches off of it, and then, you know, peel it, stick the sticky jelly part in a blender with a bottle of water, drink that, make sure the water is cold. Eat lots of fruit and vegetables, lots of potatoes, avocados are really good for breast milk, like I was saying before. And trust your intuition. If you want to breastfeed when your breasts feel full, do it. Like, or pump, whatever you want to do. And then I was also gonna say that breastfeeding in public is awesome. I never bottle fed my baby. I just, like I said, always fed on demand. If he was hungry in public, whatever, I was wearing a baby carrier, I would just breastfeed him walking around the store. Like, it's so liberating breastfeeding your baby in public, because people either like look at you and they have no idea what you're doing, or some people do notice and it's just like, whatever, I'm just feeding my baby. So if you need the validation and the reassurance that it's okay to breastfeed your baby wherever you are, you have it, because your baby needs you and no one else freaking matters. Pretty much right now at the moment, all I can think of when it comes to breastfeeding. But if you guys have any questions or comments or anything that you want me to touch on or talk more about, please let me know in the comments. And I will post the links to all of this stuff that I just talked about. It's all on my Amazon storefront in my breastfeeding essentials idea list. So if you go there, you can check it out. I will still link everything individually below. But yeah, that's pretty much it. That's really all I can think of right now. So I really hope that this video helps. Breastfeeding is hard. That's why they call it a breastfeeding journey, because it ebbs and it flows. It's amazing, but it's also hard. It's exhausting, but it doesn't last forever, and your baby will only breastfeed as much as they do for a small blip in your life, and it's so worth it. I know that there are a lot of moms that complain about being a pacifier for the baby and stuff like that, and it's just like, it's just part of it. It's just part of being a mom. It's part of breastfeeding. It's part of nurturing and nourishing and comforting your baby, and your baby needs you. So if you're in the thick of it, just keep going. You got it. You're doing an amazing job. Keep breastfeeding, and just make sure you're taking really good care of yourself and hydrating and staying nourished, because that's really important. One last thing I forgot to talk about: nipple cream, nipple butter. I didn't really have a favorite one. I really like Earth Mama, or is it Mama Earth? One or the other. Products. They have a line of like baby products. I love their stuff. They're all EWG certified, very clean products. I use their baby lotion and a few other products of theirs, but they have really good clean products. They make a pink nipple butter. It's in a pink bottle. My friend, who was my postpartum doula, Heidi, she has a Etsy. It's called Maiden to Mother. She makes a lot of postpartum healing salves and stuff like that, and she has a mama baby salve. I will also post a link for that. I used that as my nipple butter, nipple cream, whatever you want to call it. I don't know that I really had a favorite, because I was mostly concerned about whatever I was putting on my nipples going into my baby. So I kind of just dealt with it, honestly. So there's no one size fits all. I tried using lanolin. I didn't really care for it too much. So yeah, you just gotta roll with it. It's just part of it. So you just gotta go through it. Just remember that you're just going through, and there's light at the end of the tunnel. I hope that this video helps, and please, if you have any questions or want me to talk about anything else, comment below what you're interested in, and I'd love to talk more about it.